What's up YouTube? In today's video I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to get diamond camo for the LMGs in Call of Duty World War II, or bananas mean pancakes. If you are looking for tips for specific LMGs, timestamps will be in the description below, so feel free to skip ahead to the part you're looking for. Also, a little quick tip, if you're doing camo challenges to rank up quickly, make sure you are prestiging your weapon to be able to maximize the amount of XP you are getting. When I was playing, I originally thought that playing in hardcore was going to give me the fastest time to get the headshots and be able to move on to the other challenges, but I found I was killing people in one shot, so if I missed the headshot the first time I was like, oh god, why? So I tried TDM, Domination, Hardpoint, and the game mode I found most successful by far was War. I was able to get just passively playing the objective and everything, trying to win 10 to 13 headshots a game, and then when I was trying to go for headshots, I was able to get around 20 a game. That's a fifth or 20% of the headshots, meaning 5 games and you're done with that gun for headshots. With this being said, I did all the camo challenges in War, meaning the other 5 as well, the paybacks, the 50 kills with armored division, 50 kills without armored division, 5 double kills, and 5 bloodthirsties, and I found it extremely easy to do so. By far, the longest part of the camo challenges is getting the 100 headshots. If you are given the opportunity when playing War, vote for the map Breakout. There's a section where you have to build a bridge, or your teammates have to build a bridge, and that means free headshots for you. You can also sit at the window on the first objective and get free headshots there as well. Try not to go to Neptune if possible. I don't think it's worth leaving a good lobby to avoid, but it may slow down your headshots a little bit just because of the first objective of storming the beach. It can take up to 6 minutes. For the most part, you will finish the other 5 challenges, 10 payback medals, 50 kills with armored division, 50 kills without armored division, 5 double kills, and 5 bloodthirsties within a couple games. I know after I got the headshots done, I finished the gun within 3 games at most. I got the bloodthirsties done during the first 50 kills along with the double kills, and then I finished the paybacks when I was finishing the kills without the armor division. If you play around the objective, you will get the double kills and the bloodthirsties done very quickly in War, and then you can just kill people to finish off the gun. Now, with all the challenges being easy to complete, I do still have some tips for each LMG individually. There are some little things I noticed about each one that might help you out as you use it. I will start by saying the LMG and how long it took me to get gold. So without further ado, let's get started. First up, we have the Lewis at 3 hours and 43 minutes. The attachments I would recommend would be Quick Draw and Grip. I used Primed as the basic training with the Reflex Sight as another attachment. If you don't have Primed, I would recommend using Reflex Sight over Quick Draw. I feel that the recoil of the gun is mainly vertical, so the grip really does help fight that, and that Quick Draw helps with the ADS time, but you can just pre-aim more to kind of eliminate the need for Quick Draw. I also think that the iron sights on the Lewis are too blocky and take up too much of the screen, and that's why I personally would recommend using the Reflex Sight. I don't think the 4x scope works very well though because of the upward recoil. It can be hard to keep track of people in that scope while shooting at them. You'll shoot at a guy, the gun will cook up, he'll walk to the left, shoot you once, walk through an oblivion portal, appear behind you, shoot you again, lick you in the back of the neck, take a portal to Japan, have a party, and then your teammate will shoot you in the toe and kill you, all while another teammate of you watches it all happen and calls your mom a slut because you suck at Call of Duty. If you are all good with the iron sights on the Lewis though, feel free to rock Quick Draw and Grip. I do not see a need for extended mag since the gun has 47 shots in the drum, and the fire rate I found a good balance with the recoil, so I didn't see a need for rapid fire either. A higher fire rate means higher recoil, so harder to control. Next up, we have the MG15 coming in at 5 hours and 51 minutes. The attachments I used would be Quick Draw and Grip. I also used Primed again with extended mags this time to give 75 shots to a drum instead of the normal 50. Now I know this sounds weird since I just said the Lewis doesn't need extended mags even though it has 47 shots and this does even though it has 50, but the MG15 has the lowest damage of all the LMGs. I swear to me, I was losing gunfights to the machine pistol with this thing. It has a good fire rate, but I feel like the damage is just really low. This is the reason it took me so long to do. The recoil goes up and slightly to the left, so it is harder to use at longer ranges because it kicks up quite a bit. So when I was using this, when I was having the most success with this, I was using burst fire. So I would shoot like 5 shots and then wait and then shoot 5 shots again. Rapid fire with this is not a bad option to improve the time to kill. Just keep in mind that with a higher fire rate, there's more recoil. For me, it was hard to get the headshots, so basically to keep the recoil under control with rapid fire. But I would definitely recommend giving it a try because you might be able to. Next up, we have the Bren, coming in at 6 hours and 22 minutes. The attachments I used were Grip and the 4x scope. I also used Prime for this with rapid fire. The fire rate on this gun is a 3, where the Lee Enfield or bolt action sniper rifle is a 2, so the fire rate on this gun is very slow. It is balanced out by the fact that the gun is almost always a 2-shot kill in short to medium range, but I found that the fire rate is the hardest thing on this gun, and that's why it took me so long. I experimented quite a bit with this gun until I found out what worked for me. Because of the slow fire rate, I think that rapid fire is a must. I also think some sort of sight, either a 4x or a reflex, is also necessary because of the blockiness of the iron sight. It, like the Lewis, takes up a lot of your screen. I used grip because there is a lot of recoil with this gun between shots, and grip helps to keep that under control. The ADS time with this gun though is pretty slow, so if you're not running quick draw, you have to be very careful about sprinting, because if you're caught sprinting, you will die. I found primed is also mandatory for this gun, because if you get shot with between the flinch of the shot and the recoil of the gun, it is almost impossible to get your second shot on the person to kill them. Primed helps make that a little more possible. Still impossible, but something to strive for us mere mortals. Last but not least, we have the MG4T2 coming in at 3 hours and 23 minutes. The attachments I used were quick draw and grip. I also used primed with this, with FMJ as the third attachment. The gun was probably my favorite out of all the LMGs. I found it the easiest to use and the most consistent. I also threw on FMJ because I honestly didn't know what else to use, and I wanted the flinch reduction from primed. I didn't need a different sight because I thought the iron sights were good, and the hip firing with LMGs is almost never reliable, especially for headshots, so its steady aim is out. The gun has 50 shots and a decent reload time, so I didn't feel the need for extended mags, and the recoil was manageable with rapid fire, but I honestly felt like I got more use out of FMJ, shooting through the walls, and especially when people are on the turrets, shooting them through that, so I just used FMJ instead of rapid fire. If you can get used to the iron sight, I would recommend using the reflex scope over the 4x scope, because it just makes it easier to track the person you're shooting at. Sadly, that is all for the video though. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope it helped you out. If it did, please drop a like on the video, it really helps me out, and let me know in the comments below. Also, if you have any tips that I didn't mention, please leave them in the comments as well. If you are interested in getting other weapons diamond, feel free to check out one of my other videos here. If you would like to see more of my videos, feel free to subscribe and make sure you hit that bell so you know every time I upload a video. Also, please let me know which category you would like to see next: assault rifles, submachine guns, pistols, or that pesky shovel. Anyways, till next time, see ya!